What did I get up to in my sewing room last week? Stay tuned to find out. G'day, my name is Sean, and this is my weekly update where I share my quilting adventures. I'd like to welcome all guests, whether first time or returning. We have a lot to get through, so let's go ahead and get started with our works in progress. I've got a couple of things to show you, and the first one I'm very excited to show you. It's some more progress on the Cheshire Cat, which is part of the Mad Quilt Party, which is an Alice in Wonderland themed Sewalong by Art East Quilting Co. And I'm a few months behind on this, but I'm having so much fun in doing this. I'm just enjoying the journey. So last week you probably saw about this much, and then this week I went ahead and finished off the face, and now we're starting to do his shoulders as well. And I think this is turning out super cute. I love all the bright spots, all the bright fabrics that's been used is all Tula Pink. And then a couple of people mentioned to me last week as well, when I mentioned about this dotted fabric, it's supposed to look like the whiskers, and I think that is totally right, and I think it's a perfect addition for this quilt. So thank you for that input as well. And then the second thing I want to show you is another pattern by Art East Quilting Co., which was their previous Sewalong from 2022 or 2023, or both. It was both years. Anyway, so this is the Wizard of Oz, and I am starting to put the borders on, and this is looking so much fun. I'm really looking forward to seeing this all done. I won't be able to show it all on the video. I'll put a photo up in just a little bit, but you can kind of see the borders here on the right hand side, and that's also on the left. So I'll just show you real quick. I think it really makes the quilt beautiful. And so on the opposite side of this border, there'll be another 2.5 inch strip of the blue, and that will complete the quilt. So we'll put a border on the top here that you don't see yet, and the bottom, and then another around, and this one will be finally done. We have some finished objects to show you and much more news, so don't run off just yet. The next thing I want to show you now is my week in review, and if you're new to the channel, welcome so much. Thank you for joining us, and I hope you enjoyed today's visit. But it's basically a series of videos I take during the week, mostly of me sewing, but also of any adventures we get up to, so I hope you enjoy. Last week I asked everybody what their favorite candy or sweet treat was, and I loved reading all the answers. And there's some new candies and treats that I need to go out and try for myself, including this Zero Bar that some people freeze and then shatter, and apparently it's really good stuff. So that is going to be a nice little trick for me to do in the very near future. This week I thought it'd be fun to ask you, outside of quilting, what other arts or crafts, because I believe crafts are an art because it has the word art in it, the letters anyway, do you do? I primarily do quilting because it's my biggest passion at the moment, but as you may have seen in my week in review, you did see me doing some pottery painting, and that's something else I do enjoy from time to time. I'd love to know in the comments, what other crafts and arts do you participate in? So now it is time to talk about my goals for this week. In the last couple of weeks I've had two goals, and that is to make progress on the Cheshire Cat, which I've done, and also to make progress on the Wizard of Oz borders and getting these attached, which I've also done. So what are my goals for this week? Well, make more progress on the Cheshire Cat and get these borders attached. And then I'd also like to challenge myself to get some progress done on one of the other many whips that I have in my stash just waiting to be done. So that is 3 goals from me myself this week. Let me know what your goals are for this week as well. So now it is time for our news and events, and we had a bunch going on this week. The first video I had come out this week was Clue 8 time lapse of the Tree of Life puzzle mystery quilt by Cotton Cuts. That was a lot of fun to put together. It was a Chain Pieces Paradise. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. It's a lot of fun. I also released a question on my community tab asking about Toasted the Dragon. This is a pattern that I bought about 18 months ago, and I've been wanting to put it together. I finally decided that I'm going to do it in purples from fabrics in my stash, and I was asking how you would all like to see it, whether you'd like it to see time lapses, lives, and that sort of thing there. The feedback you gave me was wonderful, and I think what I'm going to end up doing with this is doing a mixture of lives and time lapses. So that way you kind of get a little bit of everything and kind of get a feel for how it's going to go together. This is my first full foundation paper piecing project, so it's going to be a wonderful adventure, and probably a lot of my best friend Jack as well. Hopefully not. Anyway, moving on. The next video I released was my investigating quilts, and this was showcasing a quilt called Dinner Plate Dahlia, and that's a lot of fun. Go check that video out if you missed it. And then yesterday morning I had a brand new guest. It was Lynn from Quilting with Soft Squares. I know I butchered the channel. I'm going to put the real one up here for you right now. She was so much fun to hang out with. If you missed that live, go check out the replay. It was a lot of fun. Upcoming this week, I'd love to get another time lapse out because I realized I'm missing 2 clues for Tree of Life. I need to get those done as soon as possible as well. I'd love to get another Investigating Quilts episode out, and then this Saturday morning I'm very excited to have another brand new guest. It is Tasha from Tasha's Quilts. She's a fairly new YouTuber, but she's doing some wonderful things. I'm really looking forward to hanging out with her. So go check out all the videos that's already posted and make sure that notification bell is on so when the new ones come out, you're the first to know. As many of my long-time viewers know, I host an online quilt guild, and our next meeting will be tonight. We host it on Discord, which is a free service. If you haven't signed up yet, I will put the link to that in the description, and I'll try and tag it in the comments as well, so that way it's a little bit easier for you to find. We would love for you to join us. It's a very low-key, chill guild. We do a lot of show and tell, and then that's the main part of our meeting. If you have any troubles getting in, let me know. I can always shoot you a link and try and get you set up as quickly as possible. We also are hosting an online quilt guild show, and this is the absolute last call for entries. If you're interested in just trying a low-key, chill quilt show, we'd love for you to enter. I'll put the link to the form for that, but entries will close at 11:59 p.m. Eastern tonight, so you don't have long. And if you only have a quilt top, you can enter that as well. So I would love to see some more entries pop in last minute. Now it is time to be able to share with you a couple of finished objects, and this is always one of my favorite parts of the episode because I love showing that I actually get some stuff done, because it just gives me a sense of accomplishment. The first thing I want to show you is the November Gnome from Cotton Cuts, and I love this one because it's all pre-cut fabric. All I have to do is unpack and sew. It's little squares or half square triangles, and it goes together so quickly, and I love the patterns and the bright colors that all come together. And so we've seen about this much progress over the last few weeks, and I went ahead and just knocked it out. So the whole thing is done now, so I can go ahead and quilt it. And the other thing I love about these is I can go ahead and practice my free motion on this, because it kind of gives you a smaller area to work on, so you don't feel so overwhelmed when practicing your free motion. So that's that one there. And then secondly, you may have seen this if you watched yesterday's live, but I completed the pineapple block, which is part of the Elizabeth Hartman produce section quilt. This is block number, I don't know, like 10 or 11 out of 16 or 17. So we're getting very, very close to finishing off this quilt. This has been so much fun to make, and I'm looking forward to doing the next couple of blocks, hopefully in the very near future. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, definitely hit that like button. Tell a friend, and I always love hearing comments from my viewers. I hope you all have a great day. Happy sewing, and we'll see you next time. Bye.